Hey guys, Metal Breakdown here. So welcome back to the second part of this top 20 video talking about my favorite album of 2018. I know a few of you only watch this part because each year's this part with the top 10 is always way more popular than the part where I'm talking about the position from 11 to 20. So but it's normal because this part with the 10 best album of the year is the greatest part of the video and the part where I will have what is this? It was like a mix between most and much, so sorry for that guys. And yeah, it's the part where I will have the biggest amount of fun. I have almost all these CDs, so at first I wanted to show them to you, but they're like all in alphabetical order, and I'm just way too lazy to take them all right now. So just know that I support the band and that I encourage you guys to do the same, because some of these bands really deserve your support and need it to survive. So yeah, just something I wanted to say before starting to talk about this top 10, but now we're ready. Let's talk about the 10 albums that you guys need to listen as soon as possible. Stop this video already. No, not yet, because you don't know all about these albums, but as soon as you do, listen to them. You'll have a blast. Let's do this, guys. So, in the 10th position, I went with Dark Skies by Fit for a King. For those of you who already watched my review that I made, I think in September, about this album, Dark Skies by Fit for a King, you know I enjoy it, but this album grew on me so much in the past couple of weeks, because this is when I really learned how to love it and to truly appreciate it. Because if I would have made my top 20 videos in September, I don't even think it would have made top 20, even though I thought that it was a good album back then. But now I just think it's fantastic, to the point that they're not even coming to Montreal, and I'm going to see them in Ottawa in February, because it will be insane. And just to hear Backbreaker live, it will blow my mind away, I'm sure about that. So yeah, a really great metalcore album to check out as soon as possible. In the 9th position, I went with the Silver Scream by Ice Nine Kills, a band I kind of discovered in 2017 with one of the songs. I think it was Enjoy Your Slay, a song about The Shining, if I remember correctly. So yeah, all the songs on this album are about a movie. Like there's one about the movie It, about the movie The Shining, about the movie Halloween. So it's really a fantastic album, really great concept album, and really an original band. I still have to check out their older stuff, but I'll do that as soon as possible, because this album truly deserves its place in the top 10, and I will listen to it again and again and again in the next couple of months for sure. In the 8th position, I went with The Onion by Dimmu Borgir, a band I kind of discovered this year. I knew a couple of songs before, but it's truly this year that I really listened to a lot of their albums, and now I can't get enough of this band. So that's why they're so high in my ranking, because it's a masterpiece, and the older stuff are even better. So I'm not saying it's the worst album, because it's so high in my top 20, but they did better. But this is a huge comeback. I think their last album before that was like in 2009, so almost 9 years ago. So good to have them back. And my favorite song on this album, by the way, is probably the first one, The Unveiling. The atmospheric things in that song are just blowing me away. In the 7th position, I went with the album by the classic metal band Judas Priest. I'm talking about Firepower. Such an insane song, and Lightning Strike is probably like one of the best songs of the year, and definitely one of the greatest songs they ever did. Like, it's so fucking cool to be able to do that after 40 years as a band, you were able to put out one of the greatest albums you ever done. I listened to it a lot during the first part of 2018. Now it's been a while, but this video is reminding me that I need to listen to it again and again and again. Such a great album by Judas Priest. The previous one, I don't remember the name. I think it was something Valhalla. It was a great one from what I remember. Oh no, it was not that. It was like Redeemer of Souls. Yeah, now I remember. It was a great one, but Firepower is really light years ahead of this one. It's not even on the same level, guys. You don't understand if you haven't listened to this album. Okay. In the 6th position, I went with Ama by Ihsahn, the lead singer of the black metal band Emperor, who released 4 albums in the late 90s and early 2000, if I remember correctly. Really one of my favorite black metal band of all time, so it's so cool to see Ihsahn putting a new album out every year. Not every year is what I'm saying, but every 2 or 3 years is putting out new stuff. And he even said that this is what Emperor would sound like if it was active in 2018, so it's so cool to have him. I enjoyed that album so much. The song One Less Enemy is one of my favorites of the year, and I still listen to this album like almost every week, even though it came out at the beginning of the year. So yeah, the replay value for this album is really high. In the 5th position, entering the top 5, things will go crazy now. It will be madness. I went with Disease by Beartooth. Wow, good job, Beartooth. This is a band that met the expectation. They only had 2 albums prior to this one, Disgusting and Aggressive. I never thought they would be able to top Disgusting. Never. I thought it would be like Aggressive, maybe a bit more mainstream, but no, it's way heavier than Aggressive. It's so good. It only came out in September, so to say that I'm still listening to it a lot now is not really relevant because it was not a long time ago, but this album is a banger. I saw them live in September as well. It was a killer show. My favorite songs on this album are probably Greatness or Death, Disease, Bad Listener, Infection, Used and Abused. Such an amazing album. If you love that kind of music, like some kind of metalcore with some hardcore elements, some kind of punk element, it's really a band for you. You need to check them out as soon as possible. And they just put out their best album yet. So yeah, Disease is insane. In the 4th position, I went with Prequel by Ghost. They kind of met the expectations here. Yeah, they did. Because Meliora was my favorite album of 2015, like I mentioned in the first part of this video, with Ire by Parkway Drive. So I was expecting a fucking great album this time again. And they did that with Prequel. It's a fantastic album. Can't wait to see Ghost live in Columbus with I always forget about the new name of the festival, but the previous Rock on the Range. What's the name again? Sonic Temple Festival. It will be crazy, and maybe I would love more songs like Faith, at least another one, like a super heavy song, like this one on Prequel. Maybe it would have been on the level of Meliora with a song like that, and maybe even higher on this list, even though the 4th position is crazy good. But yeah, it's already pretty good the way it is, and yeah, there's not much I would change on this album. Perfection, well, almost perfection from start to finish. Now, in the top 3, in the 3rd position, and these 3 are so fucking, like, impossible to rank. Like, it's impossible to rank these 3 albums. I was always switching them out, like, oh, today this is my album of the year. No, not today, no. Okay, again. But now I think this ranking will be definitive. So yeah, in the third position I went with Black Flame by Bury Tomorrow, and it's breaking my heart to put it in third position, because at some point I was even putting this one as my album of the year, because I really kind of discovered Bury Tomorrow this year. I knew like one song prior to that, and this album really hit me hard. Like, it's so good. I still listen to it like this one almost every day. Such a strong album, and I listened to it at a really great time of my life. I discovered it this summer when I was in Costa Rica, so I was just having the time of my life, and at least once a day I was blasting this album. So this album is just kind of associated with some great memories for me, so maybe that's why it's so good and it means so much to me. But yeah, an album that will be in my heart forever. So great job, Bury Tomorrow. If I have the chance to see this band live soon, I will take it without any doubt. In the second position now, I went with I Loved You at Your Darkest by Behemoth. It's so sad for them as well to not put them as the album of the year, because that's what they did with The Satanist in 2014. And they came close to do it all over again, because yeah, I think that I Loved You at Your Darkest is almost on the same level as The Satanist, if not on the same level. The only thing I dislike a bit more about I Loved You at Your Darkest is the fact that the singles are maybe not as strong as the one on The Satanist, but overall the quality of the album is still probably a 10 on 10. And the bonus track, I listened to this one the other day, it's crazy, should have been on the album without any doubt. So yeah, my favorite one on this album is Sabbath Matter. Should have been a single. They should have played it live, because I saw them in November. They did not play it, and I was so sad, because yeah, I'm pretty sure that Sabbath Matter is my favorite song of the entire year of 2018. So yeah, do something Behemoth with Sabbath Matter. It's a crazy good song. And now with the album of the year, doing it for a second time in only 3 years, and I'm talking about Holy Hell by Architects. This deserves a round of applause. Great fucking job, Architects. Back in 2016, when I did my ranking video, I was originally putting the Stage by Avenged Sevenfold, my favorite band, as the album of the year, but no, I realized that it's not the album of the year. It was a great album, but Architects did a better job with All Our Gods Have Abandoned Us, and they did it again, all over again, with Holy Hell by Architects. That's the band I'm talking about. I should stop mentioning Architects. Architects. Okay, that's enough. So yeah, the main reason why it's as good as All Our Gods Have Abandoned Us is because All Our Gods Have Abandoned Us was kind of the goodbye to the world to Tom Searle, who died after the album was released, and this album is kind of Architects saying goodbye to Tom, so it's kind of the opposite, and it really feels like the same album. Like, All Our Gods is part 1 and Holy Hell is part 2, so it's really the continuity of this album, and there's so many references to the stuff they did before. The fact that That Is Not Defeat, the first song on the album, is a continuation of Memento Mori. The last song on the last album is the perfect proof of everything I just said. So yeah, I was hesitating a lot, mainly between this one, the Behemoth album, and the Bury Tomorrow album as my favorite of 2018, but yeah, Architects had to win all over again. What a great band. Probably the best metalcore band these years. Like, they're really at the top of their game, and it will be interesting to see where they will go next, because now that the kind of Tom chapter is over, he will always be there for them, and they will always have him in their minds. But next time they will probably do something completely different, so it will be interesting to see if in 2 or 3 years Architects will still be at the top of their game. I think they can be. Hopefully they will get way bigger in North America because they deserve it so much. They're big in Europe, but here they need to get better. Not better, bigger. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a comment. Just tell me, was it a good video? Because I really enjoyed myself doing it, but I want to know if you guys enjoyed it, because I'm doing it mainly for you, because I already know my top 20. No need to talk about it. So yeah, just leave me some feedback. If you have some negative feedback, don't hesitate to tell me. As long as it's constructive and it will help me to get better, I'm all for it. So thank you so much, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That will help me a lot, and if you could show your support that way, I would truly appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. Take care. Tell me about your top 20 as well if you have time. Tell me about your favorite albums. Maybe there's some great album that I missed this year that I need to discover, and you guys can show that to me. Thank you, guys. Take care. I'll see you later.